It's gonna be good. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be better. I can't wait. Making my move. Live for the day. Sing like a bird. Fly like a plane. Come spill with me, Jenny D.
Hello, my beautiful people. Thank you for joining me with another episode on Spill With Me, Jenny D podcast. Before I introduce my beautiful guest here, Kelli, I'd like to thank my sponsor for this episode, Lance Blankenship Roofing. Lance provides his customers with metal roofing, and it's just unbelievable. He's fair. He's reliable. He gets the job done. So if you need a roof, you need to call Lance at 724-288-8984. So thank you so much for being here today, Kelli. So Kelli's been on my show a couple times. We do some work together as well. But I really want the listeners and the viewers, Kelli, to know exactly who you are and what you do. Because I feel like your title has changed a little bit since last time you've been on.
Yes. Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
Well, my name is Kelli Komondor, and my number one job is Executive Director for Brave Women Project, which you're very familiar with.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk a lot about today. I actually brought cue cards because I have so many things to say and so many things to talk about, and I know I'm going to forget. Yeah, I'm going to forget. And being so close with Jenny, I'm like, we're going to end up getting off topic. We're going to talk about things. Who knows? Yeah. So I do have cue cards. But yeah, that is my title, Executive Director, Brave Women Project.
I mean, with Brave Women Project, so I've been a member. I just looked at it. So I've been a member since 2023. Wow. 3 years.
Yeah, that went fast. Well, we're going to be 5 years old.
You're going to be 5 years old in August. Okay, so give us a little bit of a background, Kelli, of why the Brave Women Project started and how.
Yeah. Well, it started during the pandemic. Everybody was in lockdown, shutdown, uneasy times, isolation. And Holly McElwain started a Skype. Remember who used to use Skype?
Oh, gosh, Skype.
Yeah. She started a Skype session, for lack of a better word, that she called Come As You Are with her girlfriends. And I'm not sure if it was a Saturday or a Sunday morning where it was just like, it was kind of like a free-for-all. People just hopped on, women just hopped on and connected, talked about their struggles, talked about, maybe homeschooling their kids or, maybe taking care of elderly parents who were isolated because of the pandemic. And she had this thought when she was writing her first book, and she put a hashtag on the back cover that said Brave Women Project.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's on the back cover.
And I had her on my show
a couple before she even put it into motion. And she jokes around and says, I don't know where that came from or what it meant, but I just put this on my book cover. And fast forward for a few months or whatever it was later, she connected with Morgan Knoll, who was a intern, I believe, for Holly at one of the companies she worked for, and said, I need your help. I want to start this nonprofit. I need your help in building a website, doing the marketing stuff. And so Holly is the founder, Morgan is the co-founder. And like I said, we're going to celebrate our 5th birthday. It started in 2020, but we're going by birthday. So we turned 1 in 2021. So we're turning 5.
Oh my gosh.
And having a big celebration for that. That's the birthday bag bash that we're having August 2nd.
I know. I need to sign up for that.
You do. You're going to love the bags.
I was just not sure where I was going to be at that time, but I think I'll be able to come because it's going to be a lot of fun.
Designer handbags.
Kelli, tell us a little bit now. How did you get involved in this?
I met Holly at her book signing for her first book that she wrote, and we just immediately clicked. And it was probably 2 or 3 weeks before everything shut down. So it was late February, early March of 2020. We exchanged business cards or whatever we did, and we ended up connecting during the shutdown. And then as she was working on starting BWP, she contacted me to join, and I did. And I don't know if it was like a year later, 6 months later, I get this invitation for a board meeting. And I thought, oh, somebody sent this to me by mistake.
You're like, I'm not on the board.
Voluntold. So I did. I hopped onto the meeting and I said, I think you guys invited me by mistake. And she goes, oh, no, we voted you onto the board of directors. I'll swear to you, that's what happened. Yeah, it's honest to God's truth. Yeah. So I was on the board for a few years, and I'm going to fast forward just a little bit. 2022, I was at the Athena Awards with Renee Farrow, who's a dear friend and a board member and, a fan of Spill With Me, Jenny D.
Oh, yeah, she's been on.
Yes. And my daughter was also there with us. And I was sitting to these awards and I was thinking, you know what? We can honor women for their accomplishments too. And during that event, I've told it a million times. I was texting Holly under the table saying, we're going to do an awards event for BWP.
I love that.
Yeah. And that was in September. And I didn't have the courage to bring it up until the March board meeting. And I said, we're going to do an awards event this year. And one of the board members says, Kelli, it's March. I love you, but you're never going to pull this off.
No, you don't. If you know Kelli, she's
I said, watch me. I said, watch.
Don't challenge her.
Yes. So that first Pillar Awards, we had 27 nominees and we had 135 guests. And last year we had 60 nominees and 376 guests. And that was
I at the first one? I had
it. Was at the hotel out in Green Tree. I think so.
I feel like I've been to all.
Yes, there's a photo of you and Holly. Yes, I remember this. Yes, you were there.
Okay, because I remember going to a bunch, and I'll tell you what, it got bigger and bigger and the women. I mean, even just last year, Kelli, I was just. My jaw dropped to the ground. I could not believe. And these women, I don't even know, where they came from.
I didn't either. A lot of them, yeah.
And so what you do is tell them a little bit about the Pillar Awards.
We put out, and actually the nominations are open right now, bwp.life. We put out a nomination form it's a Google Doc, and we ask for 3 or 4, I think it's 4 now, very specific questions, and we ask for stories. You cannot respond with 5 sentences. We want stories of what women do. And we use our 5 E's for life as the nomination categories. So you can be nominated in multiple categories, but the committee for the Pillar Awards will pare that down and say, you know what, she's the best fit for educator. She's the best fit for Evolve. And we take nominations. I think the end date it's sometime in August. It's a couple weeks away still.
Okay.
And myself and Amy Hooper-Hanna, who's one of my board members, we painfully sort through all of them, organize them all, make them really clear, easy to understand, put them into, PDF documents, provide those to the judges. And then the judges rate each of the people, each of the women on 3 different questions on a scale of 1 to 10. We have very specific criteria as to what a 10 is and what a 1 is. And we tally them up, and the woman with the most points at the end is the Bravery in Action winner, which is kept secret. Me and Amy are the only 2 people who know who wins that.
Do you vote too, Kelli?
I do not. Amy and I do not. No, you cannot be a board member and nominate anybody or be somebody who's able to judge.
Right.
Because we just don't feel that it's fair because, if I nominate 5 people and the judges see that I was the nominator.
And they're all your friends.
Yeah, they see that I was the nominator. They might feel more inclined to give that person a higher score knowing I'm the ED. Yeah. Excuse me. So that person gets pulled out, that high score gets pulled out. They are the Bravery in Action winner. And then each of the 5 E's, the highest tallying woman in those categories, they know ahead of time. And they are the 5E, one of the 5 E's for life winners. And we've had some amazing
Oh my goodness.
women.
I don't know how they vote because there are so many wonderful women doing wonderful things for the community, for themselves, for other people. Like there's just, my gosh, I have met so many incredible women and I just had, they were flooding. I was doing the pink carpet.
She will be doing it again this year. She's our pink carpet correspondent.
I love it. And thank you so much, Brave Women Project, for allowing me to be a part of this because to me, I just sit there in awe and I meet these women and I'm like, and they're from all different walks of life.
Yes.
I mean, there's women that have gone through struggles that started a nonprofit. There's women entrepreneurs, women that work in the health field. Like they're everywhere. Yeah. And so I think that to me was just like eye-opening to think, oh my God, I cannot believe we don't put these women on a pedestal a little bit more. And, and for me, just getting nominated
I know.
Is such an honor, to feel like, hey, somebody actually feels that I'm doing something, good for them.
Absolutely.
Good for other people, good for the community.
And people say that all the time. It's an honor just to be nominated, but it truly is.
It really is.
It truly is because somebody took the time to share your story. And, just briefly, we always talk to them. We want the nominators to let the nominee know this is happening. Right. Because you really need to get their story. You can't really nominate somebody without knowing the background and the inside stuff that somebody does.
So tell us now, we were saying the 5 E's. Somebody listening right now is like, what's the 5 E's?
Yeah. So they are educate, empower, engage, evolve, Oh my God, my mind just went blank. See, this is why I have a cheat sheet because I
can't think of it either.
Educate, empower, encourage, engage, and evolve.
Wow. How did you come up with that?
Holly did it. That was all Holly's thing that she did. Yeah.
The 5 E's.
She came up with the 5 E's. Educate, empower, encourage, engage, evolve. Shame on me.
No, listen, that's a lot.
We put that into a blooper. You got to put a paper reel out.
That's a lot of E's to remember.
It is.
You should know by now, too, to be honest.
No, and it's really hard. That's why I have the cue cards, because I get so passionate talking about this organization that I get ahead of myself. Like, I didn't want to talk about the Pillar Awards till the end of this conversation, but I just jumped right into it because that is our flagship event. That is so important.
And so you have so many wonderful people that, want to be a part of it as well as being a sponsor of this event because they want to have their name out there that, I support these incredible, amazing women that are doing so much for the community.
And we do have a few sponsorships left. I'm really excited to announce that we have secured our platinum sponsor, which is a big deal. We are not announcing who it is yet because the platinum sponsor, the person/organization who's doing that, is going to be doing a handful of additional things for BWP that we haven't really ironed out yet.
Okay.
So it's going to be one big hoopla of an announcement. It'll be before the Pillar Awards, obviously, but we're going to have a few announcements there too. And it's funny because Nicole Lerda, who is on the board, said, we're going to tell people, if you don't show up, you have to be there. If you don't show up, you're just a loser.
I know.
Because we really do have a couple really big announcements that we're going to be making that day at the awards. Yeah.
When is the award?
November 20th. It'll be my 33rd wedding anniversary. So.
God. So, it seems like it's always around your anniversary.
It's always the Friday before Thanksgiving. Yes. Because we wanted it to be something that people looked forward to and said, every year that Friday before Thanksgiving, I need to block my calendar off because it's the Pillar Awards. And we're having it at the Hyatt Regency Airport Hotel. So that's amazing because we have, and that's the other thing too, I did a cue card for. We have members in, I think, 16 different states.
What?
We do. We have one in Israel. We have one member who lives in Israel. She's there.
I did know that, yes.
Yeah, she's there 9 or 10 months, I think, out of the year and comes back to Pittsburgh. She has written a book,
That's what I thought.
Canada, New York, Florida, Texas, and South Carolina are just some of the areas where we have members. So we thought, let's do it at the airport. People can fly in, spend the night, whatever. It looks like, we have a room block with a special deal if anybody wants to stay Thursday and or Friday night. Okay. And the space is just lovely. I mean, it's so perfect for
I might stay Thursday night.
I'm staying both nights because I want to be there Friday morning and then I don't want to have to drive back home. It's not far, but yeah, there was a hotel block for 2 nights.
But that's a time for you to celebrate too, Kelly, because all the work that all of you, the board members, the
committee, we have a committee that's helping us with this. We do have, and I should have brought the list of sponsors with me. I should have used a card for that.
We can always put them in the description.
Yeah. And plus, if you go to our website, bwp.life, and pull down to the 2026 pillars, we have all the sponsors that we have secured so far, except for the platinum. It's just, and we're calling it a gala.
I love that.
So it's a daytime gala.
Gala.
Yes. My friend Tim, my very good friend Tim, who was one of my guests last year, said to me, Kelly, this isn't a luncheon. This isn't a networking thing. Like, this is like a gala. It's a daytime gala. And I was
you can wear whatever you want to wear. You want to wear a gown? Wear a gown.
Yes. We're encouraging everybody to wear what makes them feel brave. So if you feel brave and beautiful in a strapless gown, go for it. If you feel brave and beautiful in a business suit, go for it.
I love that.
And handsome too, because we're going to have a lot of guys there too.
I was going to ask you that too. Like, do you welcome, even men sponsors and even men?
Absolutely. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Actually, Sydney Bogovich is working on a couple bar sponsors, and she's going after male-owned organizations because, why not just come in at like a lower level, get to know us?
They want their daughter to see this beautiful, group of women that are just encouraging each other, empowering each other, and they're just like, they have each other's back. Like, that's what I want to say real quick, like my little disclaimer here, because I want to tell you why I joined the Brave Women Project. When I first started my podcast, I was kind of looking for a place where I felt comfortable, where I felt like, these are my people, like they'll help me, I'll help them, like we'll be there for each other. Yeah. And I went to I joined a lot of different ones, and I just was like, I cannot find the one that really fits me. And I'll never forget, I went to this rooftop bar. No bar. It was at the rooftop.
It was our co-founder's apartment building.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we went upstairs and I brought my daughter with me and I brought my friend and I said, let's go check this out. Like, I really want to be a part of this. And I went up there and it was just a small group of us.
Yeah. But there might have been maybe 20 some women. Yeah.
There was appetizers. It was a beautiful day. We were taking pictures. I felt like I was on cloud nine because everybody was smiling and happy. And I just felt like this is what I want to be a part of. I want to be a part of women that are not going to bring me down. For years, I felt like I didn't have, something to do. Or I didn't have like a passion. And then I'm like, okay, I have this passion. And people, you guys all believed in me and believed in what I do, So then I was like, oh my gosh, these are my people.
Yeah.
So I was like, sign me up. And I just knew, and you got to find that, in this world today, you got to find a comfortable way of just sitting down with someone. And, there's women that I've told things I would never tell anybody that I just met. I haven't been long-time friends with them, but I will tell them stuff because I know that we have the same things in common.
Yeah, and it's a confidentiality thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's really important for BWP. We're very big on confidentiality. Holly said to me about a year or so ago that we are not a group you do networking with. We're a community you do life with. And sure, we network. We network at every event that we do, but we're not a typical networking group, and it doesn't make us any better than anybody else. It just makes us different.
Right.
We do have 2 events. We do our Come As You Are virtual lunches, and then we also do our Diamond Dinners 4 times a year, and those are members only, and we really go over the confidentiality at the beginning of those to remember that women are talking about really serious things sometimes. I mean, we've heard stories of domestic violence. We've heard stories of, pregnancy loss. We've heard stories of, things that aren't as dramatic. Women will come to us and say, hey, I'm giving my 2-week notice. I need help with my resume, but nobody else can know that I'm doing that. Like, it could be a plethora of anything, but it's so important to us that we make sure that our women are protected. And that was always a big thing with Holly, that, and actually the whole board, everybody, that we're protective of each other.
I love that. I mean, I had lunch with Holly before I joined the Brave Women Project, and we sat there and, we shared each other's stories with each other. I felt so comfortable with her. And I was like, this woman's a badass. She really is. Like,
don't mess with Mama Matt.
She's a boy mom. And I'll tell you what, she is all about like, you need help. You want somebody in your corner, Holly and Kelli actually will be the best ones for you. They'll fight for you. And that's what I loved about that. I felt like so at ease. And I actually just went to my first Diamond Dinner, which is terrible.
She's a member of 3 years, just showed up, but that's okay as long as you made it. That's all we care about.
I didn't know what to expect. And I was like, wow. Yeah. That was incredible. And I love that you said that about, just, when you're sitting around women and you're talking about things, don't go home and share or tell other people about somebody else's business. They're there to feel safe.
Yes.
And
Amy does a good job of explaining that she's our secretary, but she's also a communications specialist. And she'll even do it before we do our panel events, our power panel. She'll say things like, it's okay to leave here and say, I heard a story about someone who, but don't say their name. Yeah. Don't give too much identifying information because women need a place to be vulnerable right now. We need a place to actually be able to trust other women. And, for a lot of women, it is BWP.
Yes.
Yeah.
And what I've learned with, just doing this podcast is that people want to share their stories.
Oh, for sure.
Because first of all, they want to be like, look at me now. Hey, I might have been broken back then, but not anymore. I'm taking over, And they're also, at that point too in their lives where they're like, somebody out there listening this could help them. I could be like, somebody out there might be listening right now saying, oh my gosh, I need to be a part of a group that I feel safe and then I can really, feel like empowered and help other people. So if you're listening, I mean, the best way to even join would just be to go on the website.
Yeah. Or email me, Kelli with an I at bwp.life. I get people emailing all the time, saying I stumbled upon your website. I like to have a conversation before I join. I mean, it's $125 a year. It is the investment pays for itself after probably a month.
Right.
But, everybody's watching their money right now. So they want to make sure that if they're going to invest that $125, they're going to get something out of it. And, saying that we have members in Alaska and Israel, they're able to join us virtually. That's another thing that makes us really different is that we have 24 virtual opportunities a year for women to join in, whether it's the Take the Mic Tuesdays or the Come As You Are on Wednesdays. We do one of each a month. That's 24 opportunities.
I love
And
it.
plus we do other things that we end up kind of planning last minute virtually. But if somebody lives out of the area, or, a lot of people don't like to go to in-person events right now still.
Right.
Believe it or not. I mean, a lot of people are telling me, like, I'm not driving certain places if it's too far because I'm trying to save money on gas.
Oh,
You know?
I know.
So if that's...
Sally gets mad at me. I don't like to go over any bridges.
She's a typical Pittsburgher. No bridges, no tunnels.
I stay in the South Hills.
But, so we have 24 opportunities for women to join us virtually.
Yeah. I remember, I don't know if you still have this going on, but I remember there was yoga or wellness or someone who, not meditation, but they had some type of...
We did. Yeah. We go back and forth with that kind of stuff because, when we first started, it's like a big, like, oh, everybody wants to do it. And then it kind of dwindles. Yeah. We do have what's going to end up being an in-person opportunity for women that I can't say a whole lot about right now.
Oh, secrets.
But yes, but it's going to be brand new for 2027. It's something that I'm working really, really hard on right now. I have like a leadership circle that's helping me create this opportunity. I don't know what I want to call it yet. And I really think that this is going to be a big game changer for women, and it's not...
Sign me up.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but sign me up.
Trust me, you're on the list.
Well, I already told Kelly. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I already told Kelly, now that my son is gone to college, my youngest, I have more free time, and that I want to go all in on especially the things and the groups and the people that I want to help and be there. So I told her, whatever you need me to do,
Oh, be careful what you wish for. I can give you a laundry list of stuff that we need.
They won't answer the phone. No. I'll be like, Kelly's the only go now.
Again.
No, I am, and that's what you want to do. You want to surround yourself with, I know they say like-minded people, but almost like, women that are going to be in your corner. I just feel like and every time, and when I went to the diamond dinner, there were women there I never met. And I was like, wait a second. How many members do you have right now, Kelly?
We're a little over 200. We finally broke that 200 mark. And
I'm so surprised. I thought you had more.
You would think, because we do a lot of events where members bring non-members, which is, totally cool. But yeah, we're a little bit over 200. I should have looked this morning before I drove over here to see what the actual number was, but we definitely broke the 200. I mean, like I said, I think we're in like 15 different states.
But you don't have a max. You're like, just...
Oh, no, it's open. Like we want as many members as we can get. I don't know if I mentioned that we are a 501c3. We are a nonprofit.
Okay.
And what I really want to stress is, and another reason why I have these cue cards is because the language on our website describing who we are and what we do is really specific. Amy helped me with a lot of that language, Amy Hooper Hanna, because she's a communications specialist and she's really tedious about language. Because what we do truly is invisible.
Right.
We're not funding disease research. We're not clothing or diapering people who can't afford to buy clothing or diapers. We're not, providing after-school programs for kids, food, like a food bank. We're not doing any of that stuff. What we do truly is invisible because it's the support. It's education.
That is so true.
Yeah, it's education. It's professional development, and it's the community. That's what we do. And that's why it's so hard for us to describe in a sentence or two. You do your 30-second commercial whenever you're at a networking event or something. It's so hard. But what is BWP? And I'm like, oh God, here we go again, because it's so hard to describe something that doesn't have a physical give.
Right.
It's like air, because it's invisible what we do, but we know it's here.
It impacts.
Yeah, it's here. It's here in your heart, and it's in your gut.
Right.
Because you've witnessed it. You've been there to see what we do to support women.
It's almost like they but they need to go to an event.
They need to experience it.
Experience it, be there. I don't know why I thought there was so many, because how many women and men came to the Pillar Awards last year? Because I felt like
376. There were 300.
It looked like 500 people there. I could not believe how many people.
Yeah. But we did do a total of women touched in like the 4 years, because we're hitting number 5, and we're over 1,500 women touched, because we're going by how many women have come to different events.
Yes.
So that's probably why it seems so much bigger, because, we do bring a friend things, or, non-members can come to a lot of events to get to know us, especially the Take the Mic Tuesdays. They're virtual and they're free.
That was fun.
Yeah. Sid did a great job yesterday. Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, we want to introduce women softly. We're not in their face.
Right. And we weren't doing that elevator speech there like, I'm Benny D. I do a bot. We were talking about different things, different questions, and getting to know each other. And it was so interesting. I was like, wow, you do that. Wow, you do. I was like, wow, you get to know people on a different level.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely it. It's not just about, it's very rare that you will be at a BWP event and see people strictly handing each other business cards.
Yeah.
It's conversations, it's relationships.
I love
it's
that.
building that. Yeah.
The one thing I want you to tell everybody this too, Kelli, is that it's not one of those guilty membership kind of things where, oh my gosh, I haven't done anything in a while. Like, look at me, I didn't do a diamond dinner, but it's not like Kelly's going to be like, boy, you can't be a member anymore. It's like, but you don't
we're all
stress
busy.
that. Yeah.
No, we're all busy. I mean, we would love to see every single member at every single event, of course. But no, there's never any pressure to do anything. We try to do things to reach different age groups too, because we have members as young as 22, 23 years old, and we have women in their 70s who are retired that are members. So we span a lot of different age groups. Right. We're doing a tea in September. It's Daughter's Day tea.
Aww.
And that is a beautiful event. And it's because our thing is, and that not all of us have become mothers. Not every woman in BWP is a mother, but we all begin as a daughter.
That's true.
So why not celebrate Daughter's Day and have a tea? And I can't think of the place we're having it at, and I don't have a card on it, but it's in September. Maybe.
Yeah, I know there's a place, the Velvet Room or something like that.
That might be it.
And there's pink. I need
Yes. And I have a committee handling that because I'm learning to let go. But so, that, and then we have the bag bash, the birthday bag bash. We did.
Can a non-member come
to
absolutely. Birthday party? Okay.
Yeah. Yep,
and they can come to the tea as well?
Oh, yeah.
See, that's what's so great about it. Like, you don't have to be a member. You can go and see what it's like for, firsthand for yourself.
Yeah.
Instead of like.
Yeah. And apparently everybody loves tea. They wanted to do it last year. I was so against it. I went back and forth with Renee. I'm like, we are not going to get a crowd for this. She's like, Kelli, women love to go to teas.
Yes.
Sure enough, we had a beautiful tea event, and we're doing it. We got a bigger space.
I drink anything. Tea, coffee.
Yeah, we got a bigger space this year because we think it's going to get bigger. So
I can't wait to see it, because when not to go off the subject, but I would, with my mom and my daughter and my niece and my sister-in-law and her mom, we went to Uniquely Yours Tea Room, which is in Hickory, PA.
Oh, okay.
And it was there was a butler that came out with with these trays of cookies and little sandwiches. And I was like, this is so, we all had hats, and it was so cute.
That's exactly what this is going to be like. So yeah.
I love
Get Lexi to come home.
I know.
Tell her to come with you. And it doesn't have to be.
Both of our daughters are out of state.
I know. Well, mine's in state, but she's in Philadelphia.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But she travels.
She does. Crazy. But yeah, that's beautiful. Oh, we're doing a Mad Mex fundraiser.
I just saw
in
that.
September. Yeah, there's a Mad Mex fundraiser that they're amazing to work with. They just give you they just give you the food. Yeah, it's just.
Oh my God!
So if anybody else has a nonprofit.
Which one is it? The
Robinson.
The Robinson one. Okay, I can
forget
travel.
the date. I forget the date of that. I don't know if I have a card on that or not.
I just saw it too on my thing when I was looking at it. That's the thing. Like, go on the website, just check it out. Look at some of the pictures. Look and see what what they've been doing.
Yes.
So tell us. There's something else that we haven't touched on. I can't think of it, but is there anything else that we haven't?
Let's see. What else do I have in here? I mean, I just have our vision and our mission and our values, which is all on our website too. But the bottom line is what we do with BWP, like I keep touching that microphone, what we do, like I said, is pretty invisible. But we want to provide women with the confidence, the community, and the courage to do what our tagline is, and that's do one brave thing every day.
Yes.
And
do one brave thing
every day. And a lot of people will say, well, women do multiple things that are brave every single day. Yes, we know that, but make sure you do at least one. And this thing I always say is, for some women, that's getting out of bed in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't have to be a grand gesture.
Mm-hmm.
It could be resigning from your job. It could be leaving a relationship. It could be reaching out for help. Women reaching out for help, that's brave. A lot of women don't ask for help. Mm-hmm. So do one brave thing every day to us is really important, that we stress that. And that's what we're here to do. We're here to support your bravery, and we're here to support your fear too.
Right. Yeah, because I mean, this is what I've learned. Everybody has a story, and we all are just trying to navigate this world that we live in. And if we can just have that support group, just somebody that's there, through anything, through the happiness, like, hey, by the way, I just did this, or, even the sad things like, hey, my mom's sick or something, to me, I feel like that's what we need to do as people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we've done it. We've supported women through, passing of family members, marriages, births. We just had a woman who recently had a house fire. Oh. And we sent an email out to hopefully support her and have people donate to the GoFundMe. And like I said, it's no different than what a lot of organizations do. we just do it differently.
Yes. It's, you know what I see, Kelli, that the other groups that I joined, I felt pressured. I felt pressured.
That's good to know.
That I had to go. And if I didn't go, like, where are you? Like, and then I would, pay for this lunch and it would be the same people. And I was like, I'm not getting anything out of this. But when the different things that you guys have, the variety, I mean, it's just incredible. And the Pillar Awards, I'm telling you guys.
Pink carpet
Yes, you need to come see me. But you definitely need to come see this. Yeah. This is something that you would never, I was just like, in awe. And the lunch is always delicious. You guys always pick this, great lunch. And it's just the ambiance of it.
It is. And it's going to be beautiful. Holly, our founder, and Nicole Larda are in charge of decor this year. They have some amazing ideas. And then we're doing that connection corridor, which is where you're going to be. So it's like I'm going to use the word networking. It's a pre-networking space where we're going to have multiple sponsors who have tables for whether it's shopping or just to network and meet new businesses and stuff.
Right.
And that starts at 9 a.m., 9:30. Oh, this is all day, sister.
Okay.
And the bar's open at that time as well. So you can get yourself like a Bloody Mary or a mimosa or something. Mm-hmm. And then the lunch festivities begin between 11 and 11:30. And we should be out of there by 2.
Yes. And so the ticket includes your lunch.
Mm-hmm. Okay. It includes the lunch, the pre-session at the connection corridor.
Yes.
The whole kit and caboodle.
Right. And just like, talking to people and, having that connection with people. I just love that. Because when you first walk in, you get your name tagged and then you're going to, like you said, there's going to be booth set up so you can kind of just go around and talk to other women.
Go get your picture taken with Jenny D.
Yes, get your picture.
And we'll have the full list for you so we don't miss any sponsors. Yeah. So you interview the sponsors and, give them like their pink carpet moments.
And they deserve it because, for them to be there to support women and all the 5 E's of and I was nominated last year, and I think the year before.
Yes.
And I was just like, what?
Do it again. That's the thing. Like people will say, I was already nominated once and I didn't win. Yeah. You're a winner that you got nominated, but there might have just been somebody in your category that just did something that made them a little bit stronger. So if you've been nominated before, please, please, please nominate yourself again.
Now, if you won, do you still get nominated?
No.
Okay.
No, it's a one done.
I was thinking of my other good friend, Kelli, because, I know I can't.
Oh, yeah. Kelli Moore, yes. Plus now she's on our board. Okay. So she can't anyways. Yeah. But, and please, we really encourage self-nominations. I mean, nobody knows you better than you.
And you don't have to be a member to be nominated.
Correct. Or to nominate somebody.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And just go on your website.
bwp.life.
Okay. I love this. This is so much fun. And, every time I sit down with Kelli, I learn more and more. And it's just, I don't know. I thank God that I have you in my life. I'm blessed to have brave women in my life. I just surrounded by these women that have been through some stuff and look at them, look at us now.
Look at the friends you've made too. Think about some of the women that you know now that you've done business with, that you've done friend stuff with and been on your show that you probably would have never met if it wasn't for BWP.
No, not at all. Not at all. Because it's you could go look on social media, LinkedIn, but when you meet somebody face to face, and that's why I love what I do, is you really sit down and get to know them. And you get to, the familiar, the things I talk about with them and we find out oh my gosh, we have so much in common.
Yeah.
Well, we're Pittsburghers doing that.
That's right. And that's.
Is there anything else that we didn't talk about?
I'm sure I'll think of something after the fact. But no, I mean, I appreciate your time. You know how much I love you and I love the show. And this is what I do. I bring awareness, information, education out there so that people know that there's things out there that if you want to be a part of it, this is here, and it's not I don't push anything on people. I just say, you know what, you be you. And this is what I enjoy, and it may not be for you, but you need to try it out at least and check it out. Yep. So I appreciate you. Thank you. I love you.
I love you too. This was another episode on Spill with Me, Jenny D. Take care.
Come spill with me.